want to comment it? Want to comment this side?
Hey, you can't say it.
Make a camera there.
Okay. Oh wait, they are recording your faces.
Yeah.
You already started?
Yeah.
So, you miss this? This Royal India.
Royal-Thomian should be there. Royal-Thomian is on the photo. Thomian team.
A very good morning to everyone logged in today as we bring you live pictures from the annual Royal-Thomian mini battle cricket encounter here from Mount Lavinia. I'm Hassan Rashid, and alongside me I have Guy and Pires here in the commentary box. So GC, how's it looking today?
It's looking good. We have a nice, bright, sunny day. Looking good for some good cricket and looking forward to some exciting action on the middle.
Indeed, indeed. The news from the middle is St. Thomas's College have won the toss and elected to bowl first. The score is currently 9 for 1. With Shane Abiratna and Manu Dasanayak out in the middle for Royal. And nothing from it, says the umpire. The skies look to be a bit clear today after last night's rain. Hopefully things will stay like this for the rest of the day. A bit of clouds up in the sky, but towards the end of the day hoping to see a clear sky.
Quick single there taken by Royal.
That brings us to the end of the fourth over as the score reads 10 for 1. Shane Abiratna on 10, and the new batsman Manu Dasanayaka yet to get off the mark. The Royalists off to a bit of a shaky start, losing their first wicket early on. Dinet Pires, the Thomian fast bowler, striking early as the Royal batsman got out for an edge caught behind by wicketkeeper Chanuta Heliagoda. Royalists looking to bounce back from that early blow. Let's see what the rest of the day will hold for us.
Another single there taken by Royal College. Dinet Pires has quite a quick-paced action. Hassan, what do you have to say about his bowling style?
Yeah, I mean, so far from the 2 overs or so we've seen from him, he looks a bit on the move as that's
Beautiful
that an
delivery
edge.
by Dinet Pires.
No.
The new ball swinging early on in the day.
Yeah, he's really got the Royal batsman shaking so far.
The Thomian bowlers will look to use that new ball, get it to swing as much as possible and use it to their advantage.
Royalists, on the other hand, they'll be looking to wear out the new ball a bit, probably get used to the conditions here.
Yes, definitely, Hassan. Another beautiful delivery by Dinet Pires.
If you look at it again, he's pitching the ball just outside the off stump, which makes it really tricky for the batsman to read the ball, especially with the new ball, the swing and all.
Yes, Hassan. The Royalists deciding to leave that. I would say the Royalists in the initial overs leaving the first few balls is, I think, a very smart decision due to the added swing uh, done by the new ball.
As for the team news, for this year, Khalid Rahimdeen will be leading the Royal College side with Abid Parnavidana, who will be captaining the Thomian side. Both bowlers, both captains are Is that another edge? Loud appeals. Dinner Pires making the ball swing brilliantly this morning. He's got the Royal batsman in shackles so far.
Yes, Hasan, definitely. Dineth is really getting that ball to talk.
As I was saying, the two captains this time, both spin bowlers. It's not something you see often in cricket, is it?
It is not,
Especially in
yes.
Test match.
Yes, definitely, Hasan, definitely. Good to see two bowlers taking the captaincy from both schools.
Royal batsman Manu Dasanayake not looking to take any risks so far early on in his innings, as that brings us to the end of the fifth over. The score reads 11 for 1. All 11 runs coming from Shane Aberatna so far.
We will have Aaron Wickramasinghe taking it from the pavilion end. Aaron also, like Dineth Pires, has been bowling pretty well in these first few overs. Let's see what he can bring this over.
Brilliant. Absolute peach of a delivery there from Aaron Wickramasinghe. He needs to watch his length though, because he got hit for 2 boundaries earlier this morning. And both were for short balls which are pulled through square leg. He needs to keep that line and length.
Yes, Hasan,
He needs to
definitely.
keep it really tight, or else he could be going for runs.
But I would say Aaron is a pretty tall lad, so I think he can use his height to his advantage to get that added pace that will put the Royal batsman off.
Oh, and that's dropped.
That's
at
an edge
slip.
and it's dropped.
Very unfortunate there for the Thomians and Aaron Wickramasinghe.
Lovely delivery by Aaron Wickramasinghe. He's really getting that.
Just pitching it in the slot, just a bit wide, tempting him to go at it, and he did go at it. But unfortunately, Shane was Shane was rather lucky in that situation to see the ball dropped from the Thomian hands. But once again, GC, like I was saying, the new ball and the swing it has, it could really, really put the Royal batsman under a bit of pressure early on.
Definitely, Hassan. I think the Thomian bowlers will look to continue this in the first session of play and try to put the Royal batsman under pressure.
The Royal batsman, on the other hand, they'll be looking to soak up all that pressure, wear out the new ball a bit, and then, another brilliant delivery. Aaron Wickramasinghe here, making the ball swing to its maximum. So GC, how do you think last night's rain might affect the pitch conditions today? About the outfield and how fast the ball will travel?
Hassan, yeah, I think yesterday it was quite unexpected weather conditions coming up. It was quite unexpected weather conditions coming up yesterday, but I think in terms of the pitch, the wetness on the pitch, so the bowlers might look to sort of use that as an advantage to get the upper hand on the Royal batsman. Royal, on the other hand, will look to play defensive maybe in the first session, and try to use that new ball in a way that they can get some runs in the next session maybe.
Aaron Wickremesinghe comes to the end of yet another over. The scoreboard reads 12 for 1 at the end of the 6th over so far this morning. The Thomian bowlers not giving the Royalists too much of space to play freely, keeping their lines and lengths tight.
History of the Royal-Thomian and the camaraderie between the two schools. What is your think it is for them, and what sort of pride does it bring to both schools?
Of course, it's a great honor to be able to represent your school, especially at a Royal-Thomian, and it being the second longest consecutively played schoolboy cricket encounter in the world. I mean, it shows a lot of pride, and the players will feel a lot of pride wearing
Definitely,
that jersey
Hassan.
for the team, for the college.
Defended there by Shane Aberatna.
The brotherhood, on the other hand, it's something that has been passed down for generations now. I mean, playing the sport they all love, for the school they love. Hopefully, this brotherhood and these friendships and traditions will go on down for generations to come.
Definitely, Hassan.
And once
Pulled
again,
away by Shane Aberatna,
balls in the air.
and it goes for 4. Beautifully played by Shane Aberatna.
Yeah, once again, like I was saying, the pitch that the length that the Thomian bowlers are looking at, when they pitch it a bit shorter, the Royal batsmen are allowed to move their hands freely, and all 3 boundaries that have gone so far, they've gone for pull shots, for short balls.
I think the Thomian bowlers need to look at pitching it a bit fuller and maybe keeping that line and length in order to try and find that edge and get that wicket.
It's in the air, leaning edge there. Shane Aberatna fortunate once again. All 17 runs from Royal College have come off Shane Aberatna. The other Manu Dasanayake, on the other hand, yet to get off the mark. Maybe he's trying to soak up all the pressure and then find his way as the game progresses on.
Definitely, Hassan, definitely.
With 2 days of cricket left to play, I mean, he can afford to take that time.
Left there by the Royal batsman. One thing to note about the Thomian outfield, it's only Aaron Wickremesinghe who is outside the 30-yard circle, which indicates that the Thomian side is trying to put a little more pressure on the Royal batsman, maybe to try and get that edge, to put pressure early on in the day. I would say it's a good decision by the Thomian side to help get those wickets in the first session of play.
Indeed, and having three slip fielders indicates that they are going for the kill early on this morning, especially with the swing of the new ball. And we have to say, GC, Dinat Pires and Aaron Wickremesinghe, so far they've been making the most out of it.
But at the same time, both the Royal batsmen have been at it and keeping Aaron and Inet both on their toes.
Indeed. The Shield is currently at St. Thomas's College. The Royal is hoping to make sure that it goes back to Reed Avenue this time around. Dinner Peters completes yet another over. It's 17 for 1 at the end of 7 overs. These seem to be very ideal conditions to be playing a two-day cricket match, isn't it, Guy?
Definitely, Hassan. Yes, it's a bit hot, but I would say compared to yesterday and the day before, I think today is a much better day for some good cricket.
Ball has been given to Aaron Wickramasinghe once again for his fourth over.
Aaron is bowling really well, so I think if he keeps this going, I think it can lead to possibly a wicket.
Shane Abhiratna on strike. Short ball once again, and
And
this time, Shane Abhiratna has to go. Aaron Wickramasinghe went for the short ball once again. This time, he got the wicket. I was saying GC earlier, the Thomian bowlers got hit for 3 boundaries for their short deliveries, but this time around, you have to say credit, hats off to Aaron Wickramasinghe for
yes,
that.
I think I just said it a couple of balls before. Aaron was bowling pretty well, and I think that led to his wicket.
Shane Abhiratna will be pretty disappointed with that misjudgment there. He went for it a bit too early, and it results in him walking back to the pavilion.
Anush Polonivita coming in for Royal College.
A bit of an experienced campaign, you must say.
Yes, definitely Hassan. I think he played the last 2 big matches, if I'm not mistaken, and pretty experienced campaign in the Royal side.
Royalists will be hoping that these two batsmen out in the middle could make a pretty good partnership and get them out of the hole that they are currently in.
Yes, Hassan. I think you build that partnership up, it's really hard to break it. So I think Royal would look to do that. Initially, I think Royal should play a bit defensive in the first session and sort of look into batting further in the innings.
Indeed, maybe the message from the dugout this time is keep your wicket this time, not look to play anything too rash, and just soak up all that pressure and eventually get the scoreboard ticking once everything has settled down.
Yes, Hassan, definitely. I think that's what Royal needs to do right now. Aaron Wickramasinghe once again.
Immediately off the mark, Anush Polonivita flicks it off down to deep in wicket for a single.
Hassan, with the big match coming up in a couple of days, what do you think of the 2 first 11 sides of both Royal College and St. Thomas's College? And what do you think is we have in store this year for the big match on the 6th, 7th and 8th?
Well, this year, I mean, we're all looking forward for a pretty solid encounter, as always. The two schools did play each other in the All Ireland quarterfinals this year round. The Royalists did come out on top as they won on first innings and progressed through to the semi-finals. Keeping that in mind, Thomians will be looking to bounce back from that, and hopefully we'll have a pretty good encounter this year.
Yes, Hassan, definitely. I think we all are looking forward to the Royal-Thomian on the 6th, 7th and 8th. You can catch the live action on the media unit of St. Thomas's College, Mount Lavinia. And also it will be streamed on thepapare.com on the 6th, 7th, 8th of March at the SSC grounds.
That's flicked up in the air. As Manu Dasanaga finally gets off the mark. The Royal batsman come back for the second. Once again, GC, if you look at it there, the ball seemed to slow down a bit as it traveled along the ground, which shows the outfield this morning.
Yeah, I think that must be due to yesterday's rain, Hassan. I think the ground is still a bit wet, so I think as the day goes by, the water will probably evaporate, and the outfield might get quicker as the day goes.
That will most likely played a part in the Thomian decision to bowl first. I mean,
Definitely, Hassan. Yes, I think that was the reason for us choosing to bowl first. Also, the big club grounds is a good bowling.
it's in the air once
India
again.
once again, and
What
it's
a
caught.
brilliant catch! A brilliant
What a
catch
catch.
there by the Thomian field at mid-off.
Caught by Akhilesh Rajakorona.
And yet another wicket falls down for Royal.
Aaron Wickresinger bowling at his best.
Manu Dasanaika has to walk back as the Thomian flags run around the ground, waving in the wind. Once again, mistiming of the shot there by the Royal batsman.
Yes, Hassan, I think Royal is under a bit of pressure at the moment. I think, like I said, Royal look to play defensive and will try to build a partnership up as they do.
I think the bird is more from the Royal just just hang in there. Try not to just swing the bat around.
Definitely, Hassan.
Keep the eyes on the ball. Try and connect the ball. Not take too many risks.
You know,
Hassan, in my opinion, I think cricket is a sport that revolves around pressure. I think as a batsman, if you can control that pressure and if you can sort of revolve around a calm mindset, I think you will do really well in your batting. And I think pressure is something that all cricketers have to balance in terms of especially in terms of a batsman. So I think the Thomians putting added pressure on the Royal batsman is not a good thing for Royal. So I think Royal needs to sort of look into that and
yeah, I mean, especially with the swing of the new ball
definitely, Hassan. Yes.
in these conditions and with Aaron Kumasingha's and Dinat Peris's pace, it was not going to be easy for the Royal batsman. And so far that's been showing. But the Royals would be hoping to bounce back from this and maybe put a good total on the scoreboard.
And that's the end of the over. Royal College 20 for the loss of 3 wickets. Again, we have Dinat Peris from the Thalassa end. Let's see what he can bring this over.
Well, that brings us to the end of our first session in the comment box scan. The mics will now be passed on over to Chenaka Idrisuri and Liran Vas. Over to you guys.
Hello everyone, this is Liran Vas. I'm here with my co-commenter Chenaka Idrisuri. We go back to the match. Seems to be another wonderful play by St. Thomas's.
It's good weather today, isn't it?
It's great weather. It's much better than yesterday.
Oh,
Conditions
yeah,
are
it's
much
very
more
hot.
ideal.
It's been very hot these past few months, and I feel like it's really good for the players, considering that there's no sunlight and it's pretty cold
Yeah,
compared to.
the day is quite cloudy. The day is quite cloudy and the conditions are almost ideal for a nice match.
Definitely, definitely.
Perhaps a bit more sun would have been great, but it seems that the match is progressing very nicely.
Moving on to the scoreboard, the total seems to be 21 for 3. Right now, St. Thomas is actually doing really well with their bowling lineup. The fast-paced spell has been really great. Oh, it's another wicket.
And another wicket.
wicket falls for Royal. What a bowl.
St. Thomas has really seems to be putting on the pressure on Royal with just 21 runs for 4 wickets now.
This past hour has been such a dominating spell by St.
It's been
Thomas's.
extremely riveting to watch the match here from the box.
The fast-paced bowlers have been doing a really great job applying pressure and gaining wickets every 10 minutes.
They've been really, really laying it on thick for Royal College. Royal College has been playing it relatively safe, but that strategy doesn't seem to be working out
The
so
bowlers,
great for them.
the bounce and the pace has been really great by the bowlers, and it has really
They
made
seem to be
Royal
really
struggle.
they seem to be really working that new ball, really using it to their advantage.
But for the players, that the pitch has a bit of bounce and like a lot of pace, so I feel like the bowlers are really taking that as an advantage, which is why
Good.
they should definitely hold on and defend a bit, because being aggressive has clearly not worked for them, and they've already lost 4 wickets, which is a big amount, and they've already lost like almost half of their batting lineup, more than half, and that's really bad considering that they only have 21 runs. Hopefully they can hold on a bit and get their confidence back up again.
And now we have Sasindu Mapa coming in to replace Ryan. Who knows? Perhaps they'll change their strategy now with 4 wickets out for only 21 runs. Now we have Dineth Pires once more. Dineth has given us a terrific performance today.
8 runs and 2 wickets. That's pretty impressive.
Amazing. And here he goes once more. Can he do it again?
Oh,
And a
missed
near catch.
Oh,
A near catch.
Wow.
What a terrific ball from Dineth
You
Pires.
clearly see that the Royal team is really struggling with
Pires
confidence.
is really putting on the pressure for
The
Royal.
pressure is insane, yeah. 8 overs, 21 runs for 4 wickets. St. Thomas is clearly doing a great job at
Dineth
holding on
Pires
the
and
pressure and controlling the game the way they want.
Dineth Pires and Aaron Wickramasinghe have really been putting in the work. And we look forward to their performance as the session continues. Dineth Pires lining up again for another ball. Oh, a terrific shot by the Royal batsman in response to
Really
Pires'
right
ball.
into the gap to gain a run. I feel like they're back into building the confidence. Hopefully they can keep this up so that they can get at least a few runs in the scoreboard. Because at this point in time, I feel like St. Thomas is really dominating overall, getting 4 wickets in a span of an hour with just 8 wickets on the board. 8 overs in the board. That's pretty impressive. Hopefully Royal can hold on, build their confidence back up, build up a good partnership, and hopefully get some runs on the board.
Perhaps Royal will employ a more bold strategy in getting more runs as the
They
session
should definitely
continues.
go for a more defensive approach. It's a test match, so you don't really have the pressure of scoring runs. It's more about holding on and building up confidence and like try reading the opponents,
very true.
spells and their strategies and working around it. I feel like they should really work on that because they've clearly struggled here, losing 4 wickets. Royal is such an experienced team. I feel like they can, even though they've lost a lot of wickets, they can still get back on their feet and hopefully get some good runs on the scoreboard, which is what Royal is meant for.
Yeah, we
for.
definitely look forward to their performance in response to the St. Thomas's team's aggressive approach so far.
Hopefully we see some spin action as well, considering we've only seen fast bowlers for now. Hopefully with the hopefully the pitch is really good for spinners as well. It's clearly been good for fast bowlers. So when the spell changes, hopefully we see some spinner action as well.
And now we have Aaron Vikramasinghe with the ball. Aaron's performance so far in the session has been truly wonderful. We look
Individual
forward
player
to see how
score
he'll
looks
perform at this moment.
individual player scores look with Polonovita scoring 3 runs
Oh!
and Mapa scoring 1 run. A big shout, but the umpire doesn't give it.
A terrific ball by Aaron Vikramasinghe. But it seems that it's not out.
The umpire doesn't really buy it, it seems. Can see the Thomian flags walking around the ground.
Royal still seems to be employing their play it safe strategy.
You think they should be more aggressive or more like defensive?
I think that their strategy of play it safe hasn't really worked out for them so far, what with the 4 wickets. But perhaps they're playing a more long-term game with this strategy.
Yeah, I feel like they should switch up their strategy and catch St. Thomas's off guard with like a more aggressive approach, because clearly playing defensive hasn't really worked out for them.
And yet another wicket by Aaron Vikramasinghe. You can see the Thomian fans running around.
Short amount of time, I feel like it's a game with their minds. If they really lock in and like not think about the pressure that is applied on them, I feel like they could really get back on their feet and get a solid performance down.
True, true. And now we have Udanta Gangevatta coming into the pitch. We look forward to see how him and Sasindu will perform. Sasindu is currently has 1 run under his belt for a total of 23 runs for Royal for 5 wickets. And a terrific swing from the Royal batsman. And it passes the boundary. Udanta Gangevath has suddenly exploded onto the scene, scoring 4 runs in his first ball as we come into the 10th over. As Dineth Pires gets the ball, he lines up for his next shot. You can't help but wonder how Sasindu Mahappa will fare against his fast bowling. And he seems to be playing it safe. And that's 1 more run for Royal. Royal seems to be putting on the heat a little bit more.
Taking a look at the field positions, you can see that Arith Adhikaram is in the close to the 30-yard circle. Everyone else is quite in, which shows that St. Thomas is going in for a more defensive approach, which is a response to how Royal is playing, because they're trying to play in those gaps and playing more defensively. With this ball, you can see that with the St. Thomas's playing field, Royal really has to loft the ball over the 30-yard circle to score some significant runs, and they really can't get through the inner field because of how defensive St. Thomas is playing. I feel like that's like a response to the amount of wickets that St. Thomas has gotten. What do you think about that, Liran?
Yeah, Aaron Wickramasinghe seems to be the only player, if I'm correct, who's passed the 30 yards line, which really shows how confident the St. Thomas's team is in
And
Dineth's
again, with 2
bowling.
slips, they're really trying to get that edge.
They're
from,
really putting
from
on the
Royal
pressure.
College, yeah. Oh, what a bowl that was!
With so many players surrounding them, I feel like Royal has little to no space to really
I feel
develop
like
their
that
so much so that the run count isn't really going up, I feel, as much as the
that's
Royal
true.
team would have
30
hoped.
runs for 5 is compared to. I mean, they can come up with an amazing comeback, but like looking at it now, it's quite bad for Royal. if
It
I'm being
does
honest
look
with you.
quite grim for Royal, but I think we are all looking to see if they can maybe pull off that comeback, as Royal is known for
If,
with their
in my
skillful
opinion,
teams.
I feel like if I was in the pitch, I would definitely try and hold on and build up my confidence. Know what the bowlers are trying to get, know their strategies, and work accordingly. Because I feel like Royal is being too bold here and not really reading what the team is, what St. Thomas is trying to do, which is why they keep getting out and
So you're
making
saying that
mistakes.
So you're saying that you think that the Royal team should play it safe a bit more in order to build up their confidence,
Yeah, definitely. They should play
and then they should start putting in the big numbers,
Yes, that's
putting
really
in
true.
their extreme heavy hitters to score.
Since they are in quite a tough position, I feel like they should really focus on not losing wickets. Less about scoring runs, and more about holding on to the players that they have. Because 2 more wickets down, and it's only going to be bowlers in the field, and that's going to be really bad for Royal, considering they need to score a significant amount of runs in the first innings.
Exactly, exactly. Then again, maybe the St. Thomas's team has anticipated this, and maybe they Royal, maybe in order to combat their.
Another call from the bowlers and the team, but the umpire does not give it.
The umpire does not give it.
3 slips in action is quite impressive. St. Thomas is really looking for that tip catch and trying to get the batsman out. You can clearly see that the bowlers are not bowling into the wicket. They're trying to get that tip off the bat and try to get that catch with 3 slips down the line, so that they know that they would not miss the catch.
Aaron Wickramasinghe and Dineth Pires seem to be extremely skilled in not really aiming for the wicket, but aiming for that tip of the bat to get that catch.
Another call from St. Thomas's. Aaron Wickramasinghe. Again, looking for that swing.
So, Chainaka, what do you think about the atmosphere, the energy that we're feeling from perhaps the audience watching?
It's actually, there's a lot of people watching the match, and it's really creating a good atmosphere. I feel like the crowd really plays a big role in any match or any sport in general.
Of course.
And they're really the St. Thomas's.
The energy is
are really
quite
surrounding
high.
the crowd and really showing support to the Thomian team. What are your thoughts on the atmosphere, Leland?
Well, especially because this is a home court match for St. Thomas's, the Thomians have rallied in the pavilion, and we do hear their cheers every time there's a successful ball or even a wicket. So the energy is quite high, but I do have to comment that the rest of the Royal team is putting on quite the cheer for their fellow teammates who are out on the pitch.
Definitely. Sitting next to them, even though they're in quite of a tough spot, the
Yeah,
Royal
even though
team
they
is
are
still
few in number,
supporting.
the energy that they are outputting isn't second to the St. Thomas's
Genuinely,
crowd
yes,
gathered
yes.
below.
A great defensive shot by the Royal College batsman.
Strategy to play it safe seems to be working out for them a bit more as their confidence is building, and as I presume they will go on to hit bigger numbers and make bolder decisions as the session goes on.
Definitely, definitely. Some good running in between the pitches by Royal College. I feel like getting like getting ones and twos and running in between the wickets is probably the best way for Royal to go, considering that we explained to you before as to why they should go for a more safer approach. And I feel like they're getting back up on their feet and trying to get some runs into the scoreboard while also building their confidence and learning the strategies that St. Thomas is applying right now. And another good ball by Dinet Pires. He's really consistent today, isn't he?
He's very
I didn't
consistent.
By
but
watching the match, I never really noticed him bowling a wide, if I'm correct. He's
I
really confident and he's really bowling into the wicket.
I also do want to mention the extremely good communication going on between the two Royal batsmen, as
Yes,
they
their
seem to be
calls.
extremely in sync on when to
Yes.
run, when to
Yes, when
hold.
to stop as well. Yes.
Yes.
The Thomian
Yes, we-
fielding has also been really good. They've been consistently catching the balls and throwing them
Extremely,
back into the
extremely
wicket and
good.
stopping the Royal College batsmen from running in between the wickets. Another ball from really mastered the art of running in between the pitches. Quick defense from them and really running in between the pitches and getting some runs on the scoreboard, which they really need right now.
The tension really seems to be building up between the two teams as Royal seems to be growing a bit more bolder with their
I feel
strategies.
like the batsmen have gotten a bit used to the two bowlers, consider they are a bit more confident in their play style and running in between wickets. They know where to play and when to run and when not to.
They do seem less skittish, and their communication, the timings on when to run, when to hold, is really adapting to the fast bowling play style of Dinet Pires.
The atmosphere seems to be building up, isn't it, Liran?
Of course, the tension is almost palpable in the air as the Royal duo seems to have adapted almost to the St. Thomas's College team's strategy.
I mean, looking at the ball that was just bowled, I feel like St. Thomas is really confident, considering they are really running into the ball and really stopping Royal College from running in between the wickets. I
You
feel like confidence plays a key role in this time of the match, considering that Royal
you can
is in a
really
tough
see the
spot.
practice that they put in, anticipating
Definitely.
how the bowlers, their styles,
Definitely,
and of course,
considering that they haven't bowled any extras this whole match, and yeah, they're really putting on quite a performance. Looking at the scoreboard now, Royal College is 34 runs with the loss of 5 wickets, with 13 overs gone. Looking at the individual scores, Udanta Gangavatta is 8 runs and Sasindu Mapa is 2 runs.
Udanta Gangevatte and Sasindu. Udanta Gangevatte and Sasindu Mapa really seem to be doing a great job at holding down the fort.
Looking at the field setup here, they've dropped down on the two sleeps approach. Consider Royal has gotten their confidence up a bit, they've instead used those fielders and to cover up the 30-yard circle even more.
It's going to be
Oh, it looks like we're changing the spell here with Abid Para coming and bringing in a bit of spin action into the game.
it's going to be really interesting to see how Royal deals with this change in strategy and setup.
Oh, after
from
13 overs, finally we see some spin action.
Of course. It's going to be really interesting to see how the Royal batsmen, who have probably gotten used to the fast bowling strategies and styles, deal with this spin.
Looking at the field lineup, you can see that there's a slip and a fielder right next to the batsman that really trying to go for that catch more than the wicket. But
That
hopefully St. Thomas's succeeds on their approach. Hopefully Parana Vitana bowls a good ball and the batsman gives a quick and easy catch to St. Thomas's team.
St. Thomas's strategy this session seems to be extremely reliant on getting the ball on the tip of the bat and getting that good catch.
Exactly, it looks extremely successful as well. Considering they've gotten 5
Considering
wickets.
they're 35 for 5
Hopefully they
wickets.
continue this with their change of spells and their change of approach to the game. Looking at the outfield, there seems to be two fielders outside the 30-yard circle. One on the leg side and one on the offside. Looking at the field impressions here, they seem to have gone a silly point to get that catch and snatch that catch and get another wicket off of Royal Cottage's scoreboard. Looking at the outfield, you can see that there is a deep fielders on both sides of the ground outside the 30-yard circle. And also there is a long off on the ground as well, trying to stop those boundaries from coming in, considering that Royal is changing the strategy to go with a more balanced approach. What do you think about that, Liran?
I do think it's extremely interesting how both teams are sort of moving and changing in response to each other. Of course, with St. Thomas's aggressive approach at the start, I do feel like Royal sort of lost their mojo, but I feel like they've gained it back once more.
They've definitely the balls really well.
Especially with Dineth Pires' fast bowling style, I feel like they're slowly but surely adapting to it and developing their own counter-responsive strategies. It'll be interesting to see how not only Royal but St. Thomas's adapts and changes according to
I feel like you can already see them like adapting their strategies according to the different teams' play styles.
Of course, I feel like we're seeing a few more people beyond the 30-yard line already. Perhaps that's indicative of Royal becoming a bit more bold and a bit more confident in their plays.
Looking at Abid I feel like he is a national team player, and like that's pretty
Of
impressive.
course,
Overall.
all of these gentlemen have immense talent. They put in the work,
Yes.
put in the practice.
Right
and
on
we
the
have a
gap by
wonderful hit
Royal
by the
College.
Royal
What a shot! And good fielding by. A bit of a miscatch by
Stopping.
St. Thomas fielding team, but that doesn't really cost it that much to them.
Stopping it just as it goes beyond, just before it goes beyond the boundary.
Again, some good batting, reading it right to the
Terrific
gap.
fielding.
Making the fielder miss it and really getting those runs on the scoreboard. 2 runs with just that shot. I feel like
Udanta
Royal is
Gangevatta
gaining back that momentum.
Yeah, Udanta Gangevatta really seems to be putting in the work, especially as he's just come out onto the field. He's really trying to stack up those runs, stack up those numbers.
And also, compared to how they played before, they're really going for different shots right now. Like, as you can see, they really try to hit the ball into the back of the field. And yeah, they're gaining back their confidence. But Abit, another great shot.
Another beautiful shots are really looking up for Royal as they seem to be stacking up the runs more and more.
45 runs on the scoreboard for the loss of 5. I feel like Royal is really gaining their momentum.
I feel
back
like,
up again.
I feel like they're recovering from that really bad start that they had. They've gotten their confidence back. They've adapted to the bowlers.
As the game progresses, we need to have some spin in the game. But I feel like looking at the pitch right now, comparing, there's a lot of bounce and a lot of pace in the pitch. I feel like going for a fast approach and bringing in some fast bowlers is probably the ideal way to go, in my opinion. Another great fielding by Abid, saving that ball from going into the boundary line. Again, showcase of really good fielding from the St. Thomas College side.
The tensions really seem to be amping up with the terrific fielding from St. Thomas's and the bolder, more brave, one would say, response from the Royal team.
End of an over. It has been quite an eventful over for Royal College.
Exactly. They seem to be really stacking up the runs.
Yes, they've definitely gained their confidence back up again, and I feel like they're really bringing up their momentum and bringing some scores onto the runs. Considering there's only 5 more runs left for 50 runs for Royal College.
Especially Udanta Gangevatta, I feel like he's really been putting in the work, really been trying to stack those runs.
He's taking the leadership in the ground and trying to build up confidence, not just him and his partner, but also the whole team. If you look at the Royal College Pavilion, they're really cheering on the team as
the energy and tension really seems to be amping up on both sides, the Royal team and the St. Thomas's team, as they seem to be trying to battle it out, each trying to get the upper hand, and each trying to see where this match could potentially go from here, as it seems like both teams are at a really good spot, with Royal just coming back from what was, one could almost say, a chokehold from St. Thomas's. They've really come back from that, with the 2 batsmen really finding their chemistry, finding their groove,
definitely.
and perhaps now trying to stack up those runs.
And it's gone. Another wicket falls for Royal College.
Perhaps I spoke too soon. It seems like the St. Thomas's
the spinners are really bringing in something to the ground.
Seems the St. Thomas's team's addition of the spinners really did do them some good, as another wicket has fallen for Royal College.
Royal College really needs to get back up on their feet, considering they've lost 6 wickets. With only 45 runs in the scoreboard, St. Thomas is clearly dominating the field.
As Sasindu Mapa leaves the pitch.
How do you think this loss of wicket will affect the Royal team's morale? Because as we know, they were slowly but surely building up their confidence,
putting in some more bold plays.
Definitely, I feel it's really gonna affect Royal College. It's not about really confidence, but more about having that score in the scoreboard. I feel like St. Thomas's, for their first innings at least, is gonna have an easy target, and it's gonna be and they can get like a good lead into the scoreboard, considering that with this momentum, Royal College won't be able to score that much. But hopefully they prove us wrong here.
I do feel like this is a make or break point for the Royal batsmen who are out on the pitch, as perhaps if they continue with this confidence, even though the recent loss of the wicket, I feel like if they see it as a more bump on the road as opposed to a pivotal point in the game, they can still make that comeback that the Royal College team is known for.
Another great ball. St. Thomas is really putting up the pressure for Royal College.
With Khalid Rahimdeen entering the pitch alongside
Ooh,
Udant
great
Gangevat.
ball again. The whole St. Thomas team appealing for the wicket, but it seems that the umpire is not convinced that it was a wicket. But again, St. Thomas is really applying the pressure here, trying to snatch those last 4 wickets from Royal College.
I do feel like St. Thomas's strategy really hinges on these small moments, especially with the change of batsmen, where they really stack up the pressure in order to maybe shake them up a bit, get them a bit more skittish, in order for them to perhaps make some wrong moves. But it is exciting to see how the new batsman, Khalid Rahimdeen and Udant Gangevat, will respond to this.
Another great ball, another call, but the umpire doesn't seem convinced again.
The St. Thomas's team really does seem to be putting in those aggressive balls.
I feel like Royal is really struggling to hold on here, and
I do think this is a key part of the St. Thomas's strategy, as they are applying a lot more pressure than they were because there is a new batsman on the pitch.
That's true. Para has really been applying the pressure here, proving that he is the spinner bowler of St. Thomas's second 11. He's really applying the pressure, bringing in that silly point forward to snatch those catches, to get that wicket, and to put Royal on his knees, which they have clearly succeeded in. Hopefully, St. Thomas's keep up this potential and snatch the last 4 wickets, bringing the trophy home.
We do look forward to seeing if the Royal team will buckle under this pressure or perhaps learn and grow from it and rise to meet the occasion in this first session. Perhaps they will change up their strategy once more, again adopting the safe play style until they build up their confidence and then stack up their runs. We are excited to see how this game will progress. It's been extremely interesting so far with the St. Thomas's bowlers really applying the pressure, the Royal batsmen really trying to meet that expectation and to go past it.
Raja Karuna and Para has been applying some good pressure and bringing the spinner game and really threatening the Royal team. I feel like both the pace game and the spinner game of St. Thomas has been really impressive because
It's
they've gotten
extremely on point today, Chainaka. You can really see how these boys have put in the work, the sweat and the tears in order to get the level of skill that they are.
and not just the skill, the strategies as well. I feel like
The teamwork between the bowlers.
Adhikaram running for the ball. What a feel right back into the wicket. But good running from Royal as well. Very confident running as well. Good communication between the two
Perhaps
runners.
that's indicative of Royal still retaining that confidence that they had.
Definitely.
Leaving the Royal bat, plays it to the off, gets a couple of runs from it, rather 1 run from it. Khalid is seeming to get into the groove of things and getting comfortable in playing with the bowlers. I think if he continues like this, beautifully bowled by Akhilesh Rajkarna, And that's the end of the over. 20 overs completed. Royal College 60 runs for the loss of 6 wickets.
The Thomian bowlers have really been saying their share this morning, making sure that everyone understands their capabilities as sportsmen and as players.
Most definitely, Navan. Yes, 100% agree with you. Abid Paranavidana will be coming in from the pavilion in again for the Thomians. He would look to streak of bowling. I think he's bowling a brilliant line and length, and I think he will look to continue that and maintain that all important line and length and try to get the wicket of Udanta. Defended. Babit has been building up to this wicket. I think he was really. Babit has been building up to this wicket. I think he was really keeping Udanta on his toes, and I think the wicket came to where it was at the moment.
Just the end of a very calculated series.
Royal College at the moment is currently 60 runs for the loss of 7 wickets with 21 overs completed.
Coming in to our 21st over, Royal with 60 runs with a loss of 7 wickets. Playing in their groove so far, slowly but surely bringing that total up. But St. Thomas is keeping the pressure and the aggression up with some excellent fast bowling and spinners, particularly from Paravidana this over so far.
Beautifully bowled again by Abid Paranavidana. He's really maintaining that perfect line and length and trying to get, inviting rather, the Royal batsman to play and get that all important LBW. Abid has been bowling a perfect line and length all day, and I think he'll look to continue that throughout the 2 days.
A new Royal batsman this over, Chanithu Kankangamage, seems to be keeping in with the pace Royal has set for themselves in this.
Definitely, Nevan. Would like to see some pace coming in from the Thomians, maybe from one end. Let's see what the Thomians decide to do. And that's the end of the 22nd over. Royal College 60 runs for the loss of 7 wickets. Nevan, when looking at the mini battle, I think the mini battle is also like the big match. It is a very important game as it sort of sets the tone for the boys, the 22 boys that take the field on the 6th. So I think the result of this game would also give the first 11 teams sort of a boost to sort of do their best at the big match. So I think this entire match will sort of set the tone for us. So I think we're looking at some good cricket from both schools here, and let's see what the result holds for us.
Definitely, Gayan, definitely. because at the end of the day, no matter what team you play for, you are still part of one school, and the tone is definitely set, especially in this match.
Definitely.
And the Thomian,
And like I said, the Thomians have brought back Aaron Wickramasinghe, who took a couple of wickets in the morning session. He has been bowling brilliantly from the morning. He'll look to continue that in these next few overs as well. Aaron is a tall lad, and I think he'll use his height to his advantage to get that extra bounce off the deck and really get that edge of Khalid.
definitely, Gayan, definitely.
It looks like Aaron Wickramasinghe will be back from the Talas end. Just as I said earlier, he's been bowling some excellent pace. So let's see what he brings in this particular. Goes to third slip. Right arm spinner for the Thomians also coming in maybe in a few overs. Will be nice to see his what his leg spin can do to the Royal batsman.
Very much so, Gayan.
Brilliantly hit by Khalid to the off, but Thomian fielder takes it well.
Some excellent bowling and fielding from St. Thomas's this morning.
Yes, Nafan, definitely. Thomians really showing what they can do. And I think Royal slowly but surely are getting back and they're really getting the runs up. Let's hope they can continue this throughout the day.
Definitely, Gayan. Playing into their groove, very much so this morning.
Definitely, it'll lead to him winning runs. So I think Aaron is trying to change up his way of bowling just to try to get that extra wicket.
Definitely, Gayan.
Edged, but doesn't go through to the fielder. Khalid Rahimdeen really showing what he has got in store in this all-important mini battle list for Royal. He'll look to continue this throughout the game. Another bouncer by Aaron Wickramasinghe, but it's called as a no ball.
I agree, Gayan. The captain of Royal really showing his capability, because playing like this requires a certain level of control and patience to be able to keep it at this pace. And with that in mind, the captain is really putting in the work and holding that foothold Royal has carved out for themselves this match.
Definitely, Evan. I think in cricket, I think consistency is very important. I think if you can be consistent in both your batting and your bowling, I think you'll be an excellent player.
I agree.
Once again, bowled well by Aaron Wickramasinghe, and it's through to the keeper, Chanutha Heliagoda. Inviting. Definitely, Evan.
I
Definitely.
agree, Gayan. I agree. Very much so.
I think as a batsman, when you play a spinner, one thing that is really hard is to make that choice whether to play it or not. And I think the Royal batsman is really doing that well. Beautifully played, straight to point.
to their team, given that it's within St. Thomas's own school grounds.
Yes, Nevan, definitely. And it looks like we have Shanil Pereira from the Thalas end bowling his first over. And beautifully bowled. Shanil Pereira is also an experienced campaigner in the second 11 for the Thomians. He also played last year for the mini battle, playing his second year in the second 11. He'll look to show what he can do in this mini battle. Appeal by Shanil, but not given by the umpire.
Unfortunate. Excellent bowling as well, just from the first one.
Definitely, Nevan, yes. Is your
Thank you, Gayan. Number of overs with ease. They bowled 7 overs each. Aaron coming back for his second spell. They bowled 7 overs each. Aaron coming back for his second spell on the batsman, and there's a high chance that a wicket may fall if the batsman gets it on the outer part of the bat.
Flighter one Blues. How is the first 11 team looking, and what are their preparations for this big match?
I think the first 11 boys have worked really hard. The team would be able to beat Royal in the 146th Battle of the Blues. Thank you for having me, Gayan.
No worries, Krishan. Thanks for all your input. Thank you. Of the Royal-Thomian mini battle live from the big club grounds at Mount Lavinia.